LIV Golf is legitimately gaining ground on the PGA. What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk, and watched a little bit of the LIV tournament this weekend, and Cam Smith was the man. Wire to wire. He was the leader that whole tournament, and he put his thing down. He kicked everybody's ass, and it was fun to watch. LIV Golf was fun to watch this weekend. Whatever they was doing last year, it just didn't seem professional. They were lacking in a lot of areas as far as coverage last year. It's never been about the play. In my opinion, it's about the optic. Does it look professional? People will watch it if it looks like a good product. And last year, it just did. This year, however, they got their stuff together. Broadcast looked right. There was a lot of people at the venue. It looked like a legit event, and it looked like everybody in there was having fun. The environment was good. Everything looked good, and Cam Smith just put on a show, man. He won the individual title, but his team lost. I'm not that into LIV Golf yet. I've watched a couple tournaments. I've watched more LIV Golf than I have PGA golf. And I'm someone who has played golf, was really into golf a couple years ago, and basically just fell off. Once Tiger got hurt, and there was no Tiger, Sergio, Phil Mickelson, those guys kind of fell off. So all these new names came up, just lost interest, was doing other things and just lost interest. Now, with all the situations going on with LIV Golf and PGA merger, not merger, don't know what's happening, it's interesting again. And just because PGA tried to bully everybody that wanted to go to LIV Golf, I'm invested in LIV Golf. I want to see them succeed. And I don't want to hear that crap about blood money and all that kind of stuff. And I would tell anybody, if you want to call it blood money and you show up with your Starbucks cup and all these other companies that deal with that Saudi money, I'm not trying to hear it. If you're going to be mad at one, be mad at all. Now, if you're going to boycott everybody, then maybe we can talk. Keep that same type of energy for everybody else. Nobody wants to deal with that. Like I said, this is all about Cam Smith, wire to wire. They were having fun at the tournament. It looked like a legit tournament. And they're gaining ground on PGA, and as far as the optics go, as far as everything, how everything looks, they're gaining ground. It was a perfect way for Cam Smith to build his momentum going into his title defense of the British Open in 2 weeks. He's bringing all of that momentum from LIV, so now he's defending his title, and he's carrying LIV into the British Open, because now you get all of these LIV players that are going to be playing in the British Open. You know it's going to be a us versus them attitude, and I'm hoping he repeats. I want to see at least 2 or 3 LIV golfers in the top 10, because you gotta take notice. PGA has to take notice. And after that embarrassment that was the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago, it looked like a junior varsity football game. Wasn't nobody there. Whoever ran that event needs to be fired twice. So the optics of it, y'all know that's my favorite word. The optics of it looks like that the LIV Tour is gaining ground. Everything is looking a little bit more polished. Everything from just the crowds and the environment at the venue to even the graphics and everything that they use when you're watching it on YouTube or watching it on TV. I watched it on TV, and it was just golf. And when you look at it long enough, you know what? You don't care that it's LIV or PG. You're not even caring about all of that. You saw the guy make a 15-foot putt. He made a good shot. That's all that matters. They're getting to that point. I'll admit, the scoring is still a little bit different to me. I'm watching the individuals, not watching the team. And you got to look at it similar to how you would look at an F1 team or a NASCAR team. You might have multiple drivers driving for the same team. So they got the, who wins the Owner's Cup or the Team Cup. It's the same thing. Kind of got to get used to that, because I still haven't really watched like a whole event. I'm watching highlights or watching the last round after to see who's in first place. It's still to the point where I'm clicking on it, finding the channel, watching it for 5 minutes. I'll watch for 5 minutes and I'll click to something else. But I'm watching. I'm not doing that with PGA. As a casual golf fan, if I'm going to click on something to watch it, I'm watching LIV Golf. The only exception I will make is if I'm watching the PGA event and Tiger Woods is playing. I'll watch him play, or watch a hole, or watch him tee off or something like that, because he's somebody that still generates interest for me. LIV Golf is going to be okay. Cam Smith, he missed a 6-foot putt that would have taken the event into playoff mode, because they would have been tied. He missed the putt. So they dropped down, and the team 4 aces ended up winning the title. And 4 aces is the team to beat. They've won, coming from last year, that team has won 6 events. 2 of them this year. And this was event number 5. So they've got 2 victories. The Aces is a good team. They're the points leader. Yeah, that London event, that was the 6th regular season team title for the Aces going back to last season. And they're 2nd in 5 tournaments this season. So the 4 Aces team is doing it up. This also catapults the 4 Aces to a 32-point lead for the teams over Torque GC. So they've got the team lead right now, but it's only 5 events. You still got a lot of golf to play. But it was funny. But it was a good event. It looked good. It got a lot more attention than it did last year. And they made it a point to let you know in the broadcast that the environment was different. They said that like 2 or 3 times, and they made it a point to say how different it was and how better it was. And admittedly, it was. It certainly looked better than the U.S. Open. But that wasn't hard to do. But it looked like a professional event. Watching those events on YouTube, it just didn't look. It looked very amateur. But I will say, like what I saw today, I'll definitely watch that again. The one thing I haven't gotten used to, clearly there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Promotions and party tents and things of that nature, because you can hear music blasting in the background when the guys are trying to tee off. And that was a little different. But, you know, you look at everybody they wearing their Air Force One golf shoes and they shorts and stuff like that. That still takes a little bit getting used to, because everything is not as stuffy as the PGA Tour. And even saying they're stuffy, there was a situation where I believe his name is Kevin Na, hit a bad shot on the 12th hole. And you know how people get, you know how the golfers get when they hit a bad shot. He let the club go, and the club flew backwards and almost hit Cam Smith. Now, if that had been on, regular TV, I'm sure they would have made a big deal of it. That was on Saturday. And then on Sunday, when Kevin Na and Cam Smith were supposed to tee off together, Kevin Na's approaching the tee. Cam Smith puts on a hard hat. So when Kevin Na walks up and is like, "You put that on for me?" And immediately he got the joke. They dapped each other up. They had a good laugh. He hugged him, and they kept it moving. And just not being so stuffy, that could have, if that was on the PGA Tour, that could have went a couple of different ways. It looks like everybody's enjoying themselves, and it makes it a little bit more fun to watch, in my opinion. After that embarrassment that was the U.S. Open, that lets LIV Tour gain a little ground. The crowd that I saw in London was much better than what I saw for the U.S. Open. PGA can talk that crap if they want to, but LIV is coming. The longer they have to get it right, the more they get it right. Cam Smith, he's got a lot of momentum going into the British Open, and he's carrying basically LIV on his back right, because he's somebody, when the British Open plays, I'm watching the British Open, and I want to see what Cam Smith is going to do. And I don't even want to see Mickelson, and I do want to see Dustin Johnson. But right now, Cam Smith is the dude I want to see. And I want to see him kick everybody's ass. So everybody that talks smack on them guys that played in the LIV Tour, what the comment's going to be then? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's about golf. Getting that ball in the hole, that's all that matters. They were strong enough to take the opportunity. They didn't get bullied by the PGA, and all of them people stood up for the home team, saying how unpatriotic it was and all that other kind of nonsense. So I'm pulling for Cam Smith in the British Open. I can't wait to watch it. He is generating interest for the LIV Tour and the PGA Tour, because now, like I said, it's going to be us versus them, and I'm going to be watching. I'm invested in it. Hope you like this content. Please hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see you in the next play. Peace.